Why are you sacrificing with babies?
I'm gonna kill this one.
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
NippyCast.
Hey, how's it, guys? NippyCast. We've already agreed that the volume thing, or is it volume or episode? It wouldn't work. That one we already agreed on. Is it on or upon? I don't know. We already agreed that it's not gonna work, right? Yeah. We've been struggling. We've been very struggling. The podcast has got zero sponsorship, fuck all. But I managed to crack a deal with a 6G Biltong producer guy, the one that is in front of you. Obviously, I'm not gonna say which episode this is, and then the topic today is a bit weird and awkward. Coming live to you from some sort of a game reserve, mini game reserve. At some stage, you might see animals behind me, whatever they are. So when I got here, I did a typical question of a ducky. Like, hey, my man, yeah, I see there's animals here. Yeah, I see there's this and that, whatever, bark, whatever. Peacock, whatever. I'll show you the one footage where I took a video of a peacock. And I was actually talking to some guy saying, Nori. We used to have a song called Peacock by Splash. Peacock. Rababuza. Peacock. Peacock. You know the song. So there's a bunch of animals that might be in the visibility of the background as we're talking. So it's a mini game reserve type of a vibe, right? So the typical question that a black guy would be asking when he goes to places like this, would be, yeah, I see there's animals. Is there a snake? The answer was no, but I'm like, hey, contrast for days. Cool. So the sponsor guy that we got is 6G Biltong. It's also there on Facebook. They started a fan page around about now. So basically what they're doing on this Biltong, it's more of different types of flavors. But the current one, which is the first generation of the 6G, I'm assuming the G stands for generation. Maybe they might have 6 generations. Maybe they might have to slaughter some kudus, impalas, whatever. That's the product. 50 gram goes for 50 rands. They're the ones who are sponsoring this NippyCast today, live from some place with animals. So if you want to buy it, there's a contact detail. I'll put up the poster there. And then basically that's it. They're the current sponsor. If you want to sponsor, you can come through. We really need the money. You can see it's a low budget production. It's so bad. You know this podcast thing. We're on episode of 40 something now. Been running it for almost 2 years. Zero sponsors. Oh, my pocket is running dry. Please. Be like 6G Biltong and sponsor us. Or at least buy the Biltong, because we know that money will be used to at least continue running some of the podcasts in future. So, yeah, so I got here and I asked, is there a snake? Obviously, he said no. But I still don't trust the guy. Do you know how the question came about? So I'm standing, there's a lake somewhere at the back there. Not even a lake, like a pond type of vibe. So I'm standing there. I think there's some fish there. So some fish went up and down. You know that one that goes swinging? Like it made that swinging sound. Then I'm like, hi, man. What's going on there? Then next thing I see is the head of a crocodile. I'm like, ah, man, even if you say I don't know crocodile, that head is not, it's not a full crocodile. So I asked the guy who works here, and it's like, no, my man, if you're from Limpopo, you should know the crocodile. No, I'm not from Limpopo that has got crocodiles. I'm from Limpopo, like Block of Tando, Manyanando. I don't know how look, what if the types of crocodile you find here, they look like that thing? It's like a more like a duplicate of a head of a crocodile, but it's like a doll type of vibe. It scared me a little bit, so I was so comfortable. And then I see that thing, I'm like, hey, 120 kilometers per hour. Then I just go into the middle way. Even if the crocodile is following me, it will just get tired of running after me. you know. So today we don't have a contributor. I just thought of doing this podcast since I'm here. And then the thing that came to mind, I think 3 weeks ago, was something that is in relevance with the irony of things of life, which would be more like changes. I think the topic of today can be the irony or changes. I'll decide how we call it as we go, because there's certain things that happen that you don't realize, but they do happen. And then only when we say it at this level, then you'll be like, yeah, this guy's got a point. you know. So I don't know if you're going to call it changes or ironies, but mostly, most of the things I'm going to speak about are going to be ironies. For example, when was the car designed for all humanity in the world? We're looking at the oldest guys being the Ford people, Henry Ford, right? This was probably 1930 something, right around the time of the World War and all those. So they designed cars at that time. But prior that, the mode of transport was horses. Horses, right? Horses used to carry carts. Not carry, pull carts. I mean, technically, carts are like cars. Horses would be at the front, the carts would be at the back, right? And then that was the mode of transport. I think it has been running ever since they invented the wheel. It has been going on like that. There's a lot of flies here, so don't mind me when I do this. Oh, no, I think they're after my biltong. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the biltong actually. By the way, this one is the one with the marijuana nyana. It gets you high, so you don't consume too much if you buy this one, because you're gonna get high like a mother on your own supply. I tested one this morning. Hey, yeah, I was high on my own supply. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how the measurement works whenever you buy. I'll ask the 6G biltong people to actually tell you exactly how to consume it. So going back to the horse and the cart. So the cart was like a car, just that they invented a wheel and then it's like a shigariki, my man. It's like a shigariki. So basically, the horse used to pull the cart. Today, the changes or the irony of it is that the car is currently pulling the horse. You have been on the highway, or if you have never seen this, or somewhere, or in the movies, or whatever. This only took 100 years to evolve, by the way. The horse moved from pulling the car or the cart to being pulled by the cart. Is that the changes or the irony of life? You tell me. I'm sure the horse is enjoying, like, we used to pull this shit, now they're pulling us. We've got trailers of horses and stuff. So these are the changes that most people wouldn't realize, but they've been happening. In fact, the reason why we don't pick it up is because for you to figure out all these changes or the ironies of life would be you living for 100 years, which almost is impossible. We only have the current eldest person who's at 128 years, who's at Clarksdorp. You have to live for that long. And actually, at that time, you won't even be worried about if the horse is still alive. You don't want to give a fuck. That's the irony number one on this NippyCast. So, the changes or irony number two, in this case, we have got a situation where we experienced some sort of an invasion by white people in 1652, which you all know is Jan van Riebeeck. And then they've been doing slave trading all over the world, and then Christopher Columbus, everybody else, right? For the past almost 400 years or so. So as soon as they discovered black people, they realized now we have to abuse these motherfuckers, make them do some shit that they don't like doing. But the irony of that is as a slave guy 100 years ago, you would never dream that you would be the boss of a white guy. Never. The changes have allowed you to do that, which in the country of South Africa we call it, is it freedom or affirmative action? And then all over the world is more like repatriation or so. So I don't know exactly the exact term, but basically it's a balance of what the slave masters used to do to the blacks. So the irony is that now you will have a white guy working for a black guy, but 100 years ago you wouldn't have that. It would be like some sort of a taboo. No one actually thought about it. No, it was never gonna happen. Never, never, never. Not even a fucking single day. So I don't know if you can choose between the two, changes or irony. It's the horse and now slave and the master. Who's the boss now? You never thought you could have a black president. uh, well, that's a story for another day. As much as you're fucking up the government, yeah. Okay, I don't want to get into politics. Cool. Let's go to the changes and the irony number 3. We have got COVID-19. It has been trapping us for the past 2.5 years. 2020 it started, and then this is the part where the changes happened. We never thought we would be locked in the houses. We never thought we would be kicked by the soldiers on our bums just to stay at home, or be threatened that you'll be fined or be arrested if you're found in the streets in the middle of the night. These are the rules that they used to use back in the day. We never thought. So the irony of that is that the security guard kind of like turned to become a doctor. You literally have doctors walking into a shop or whatever, retail shop, whatever, being examined by a security guard. A guy who has got the entire Medunsa qualification, who spent almost half of his life checking temperature on the foreheads of people or his clients, is now being checked upon on his temperature by a security guard who has got zero qualification of medical purposes of the scanner whatsoever. That's the irony of the change. I was like, wow. So now the security guard is like the new doctor now. Whenever we walk into shops, what the fuck? Have you ever thought about it like that? I mean, really? I'm sure a doctor will be pissed off, like, yeah, security guard. Because I mean, doctors will probably check their temperature before they leave the surgery or the hospital, or wherever. Because I mean, COVID. We're all very discreet, sanitize everything. And then the security guard will tell you, like, hey, where's the temperature? Telling a doctor. Did you ever think that thing was ever gonna happen in your life? Never. Never. The security guard. I remember the other one was trying to teach me how to wear a mask. You know, the surgical masks. I'm like, my man, do you know that I sell masks myself? I sell masks. I've been selling them before COVID was in fashion for a good decade or so. You're not gonna tell me it was one of the hotels there in Venda. He's like, I don't know about a mask. I'm like, hey, my man, please don't tell me how to use this thing. I know exactly the type of mask to use and everything. Simply is one of the things you don't know about me. So there's those businesses that we have on the side that we do, and then we sell those things. And I was so pissed off. I told him, my man, don't bullshit. Don't, please, don't. No. You're not a doctor now. You are just told because we're in a crisis, we're in a disaster actually, which we lifted off earlier. Was it what 2 months ago? And this narrative of saying what COVID is gone, please don't relax. Still sanitize and continue doing whatever, and then you'll see. Actually, to limit your odds of catching any general bacteria or flu that makes you sick and whatnot, you know. So now I don't know if you're gonna call that changes or irony. I'm struggling to make a decision on this one. So the other one, irony number 4, or changes number 4. This one is not changes. This is actually the exact irony. I'm a black guy, obviously, you can see. We have got this belief that when we go to the ocean, Durban, Cape Town, wherever, by the coastal stream, we go cleanse in the ocean by swimming inside, and it takes out bad vibes or bad whatever, if spirits, whatever you call it, like cleansing. So yeah, we're going to swim in the ocean, Indian Ocean or Atlantic, whatever. You jump in, then you go, oh, and you come out, you are clean, right? So now the theory is that you are living your dead in the ocean. You are cleansing yourself, right? Whether it might be for being baptized, church, whatever ritual, whatever you believe in, whatever makes you sleep at night. I'm not gonna go after that one. So whatever it is. So now let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this cleansing, which I discussed on another episode with Homicide when I was in Venda about going to the ocean. I don't know if I should put the clip, but we'll see. So you're cleansing, you leave your bed luck there in the ocean. Some family member at home says, hey, can you also bring us some oceanic water in a bottle? Technically, what you're doing is bringing back your bed luck in a bottle and give it to some family members. Is that irony? I think that one. Don't forget, was sponsored by 6G chili beef biltong, up for sale, 50 rands per 50 gram. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let me do the last one on this one. The last one goes like so. This one is not irony, it's just stupidity of mathematics, which might be based on changes, because we only realized this later on. When I was still in primary school, I was told that I can deduct a bigger number from a smaller number. So if I say 10 minus 20, I was told to say on my answer sheet to say it's impossible. That's what they told us. I think I was in standard 4 or 5. So when I passed up to all the way to standard 6 at secondary school, which is grade 1, standard 6 what, grade 8, the first lesson they taught us was that you can actually deduct a bigger number from a smaller number. And we're like, how? It's impossible. The changes of that irony of mathematics between transition of primary school and high school was that you are literally going to rebrand the number and call it a negative number. It was a mindfuck of note. Thank you for watching this episode of NippyCast. The topic is neither here or there between changes or the irony. Let's meet on the next one. Ngauraro. Sure.
Why are you sacrificing with basis?
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists.
I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
NippyCast.